and welcome to This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick. Join me here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food-related in Baltimore. This week I'm joined by Gertrude's executive chef, Douglas Wetzel.
Thank you so much.
Doug, I've got to do a little bit of business. I'll be back to you in a second. This Week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, now accepting catering orders for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Holiday memories start at the table. Invite Eddie's to your gathering for a holiday that tastes homemade. Menus and ordering information at eddiesofrolandpark.com. I have to say that last week I implied that my mother had her gefilte fish catered. She makes it herself. So, sorry, Mom. I don't know why I didn't know that. Hi, Doug. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. It's really good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. It's been a while.
It has been a while. And, I'm a fan of yours. And remember a story we did a long time ago about cronuts.
You got me on BuzzFeed because of that. There was a BuzzFeed article, and I was the only one as a pictured person on that article.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that was my pleasure. Those were good. Maybe we'll talk about that later because, cronuts are important to people. But we're here today to talk about an event that's very special to you and special to me and special to lots of Baltimoreans. It's called Dining Out for Life.
Yeah, it's going to be Thursday, September 20th. It's really special to us at Gertrude's. We give away 50% of our total sales that night right to Moveable Feast.
That is remarkable. I think the standard for most participating restaurants is 20?
20, 25, I believe. We've been doing 50, since I've been there, and that's been 10 years now.
I know what Dining Out for Life is because I'm from Baltimore. I remember kind of the first one I kind of do. It's 25 years ago. It's a really strong event. It's an easy event to support. If you dine at a participating restaurant like Gertrude's, the restaurant donates a portion of the proceeds to Moveable Feast. All you do is go out and dine at a restaurant that you really like. What Moveable Feast does, you want to talk about them or?
Yeah, this is the 25th year they've been doing it. This year, I believe they're up to 55 restaurants right now. Wow. They're trying to get over 60.
Let's get some more.
Yeah, it's real easy. You go out, you dine out, you give back. It's super easy. There's so many great restaurants all across town participating. Please come to Gertrude's first if you can. But yeah, it's just a great cause. It's so easy.
Moveable Feast brings nutritious meals and other services to people living, people with HIV and AIDS, cancer, and other life-threatening illnesses. So it's we're celebrating this wonderful event that people created to support Moveable Feast, and it's kind of weird that we're also commemorating, weirdly, the 25th anniversary of how the AIDS crisis impacted Baltimore. But Dining Out for Life has always been a joyous event. Seriously, Gertrude's is a place to be on that night. If you can make reservations sort of right now, that would be great.
Just do it right now.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it. But also make reservations at one of your other participating restaurants. Do we have the website,
Sure.
Andy?
Yeah, it's visit diningoutforlife.com/Baltimore, and it has all the details there and a list of all the other great restaurants participating.
Right, /Baltimore, because Dining Out for Life is a national
Yes, it
event,
is.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it was, I remember researching this. I think it started in Philadelphia maybe the year before it started in Baltimore, or 2 years. But it's a great event, Dining Out for Life. I think I figured out it's the longest continuing culinary-related or food-related, restaurant-related benefit in Baltimore.
I think so.
Nothing's run this long.
No, nothing that I remember year to year like this.
And there are other food-related events that are kind of ask for more of you as the participant. They ask maybe more money or just more of your time. Also, these other events, they're very successful, but they ask a lot more of restaurants. They ask restaurants to take the night off from their own restaurant and come to some hotel ballroom and participate. They're great events, don't get me wrong, but this one is so great because it doesn't ask more of the restaurant than just to open up for business.
Exactly. We never have a problem filling the seats for this event, and all the other restaurants across town, I'm sure, feel the same. Our staff, the tips go back to Moveable Feast, and we all chip in shifts there. Everything. It's just it's a fun night. Never give it.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Let's say the date again is Thursday, September 20th. That's a good night to be out in the town. The Jewish holidays are over. Are you going to do special menus that night?
Yeah, we do a more special menu. Actually, this year, Joan Norman from One Straw Farm got a hold of us and wants to donate some product. So we're going to be recreating the dish we made at the Farm to Chef event last year that won, and we'll be doing all the 100% of the proceeds from that dish sold will go directly to Moveable Feast.
That is super special.
Yes.
I feel like that's breaking news.
Yes.
Maybe you've told people.
Thank you, Joan, so much.
Joan Norman. Oh, man, that's a name that everyone in Baltimore should know for all the good work she does and for all the good things that One Straw Farm does.
Oh, my gosh.
All the good things they've done to make, we don't use this phrase anymore, farm to table.
Yeah.
But we should, because it's a real thing.
And they have everything. They have everything. We're recreating this Bloody Mary jambalaya we made last year with their pork, and Joan has a secret stash of her Bloody Mary mix somewhere on the farm. I've been told.
Oh.
So I'm hoping to get some of that back.
What is the dish that you're serving again that you won the con?
It was a Bloody Mary jambalaya.
Oh, it is a Bloody. Okay.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what it is.
Yeah. We
All
took Bloody Mary mix, all their vegetables, and their pork, and the dish is almost 100% One Straw Farm.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I think I'm coming.
Yeah, please do. Make your reservations now, though.
I'm going to do it as soon as... Doug, this week, and let me just do a little bit more business. This week, if you just got here, you're probably wondering where Amanda is. She's in the room. You can't see her. You're watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick, and my special guest, Douglas Wetzel of Gertrude's, where you're now the executive chef.
Yes.
As of when?
This has been a transition over the past several years, but this fall... there is a date. There'll be a party. It'll be 20th anniversary of Gertrude.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. It's
That
20
is
years.
something.
20 years.
Wait, This Week in Baltimore, I want to get back to that.
Sure, sorry.
No. I was my fault. This Week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, where it's perfectly acceptable to drink white wine after Labor Day. I didn't read this before. I feel like I'm reading the Stefan stuff for the first time, and I'm giggling.
You got to cover your mouth a little bit there.
I'm glad you got that reference. Visit the Roland Avenue location for an extensive wine and spirits department featuring an array of local craft beers and kosher wines. Store hours information at eddiesofrolandpark.com. Hey, be sure to comment, like, and share, and follow us at #JMoreEating. 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow, how long have you been there? How many years have you been there?
This will actually be my 11th year coming up.
Douglas, that's so crazy.
I know.
How are the Johns?
They're just great. And John Shields has a new book coming out also in October, and this is really just a celebration of everything he's done for this city and the food scene. And 20 years is just it's a great achievement.
20 years. I think the last resident of that space before you was Donna's, maybe?
I've been told, it was Donna's.
Donna's, which did a great job, and I love everything about Donna's and my friends there. And what Gertrude's did was just make it so Maryland-focused and Chesapeake-focused, which makes so much sense in the museum setting to celebrate Maryland.
Yeah, we really do try to cherish the history of our cuisine, and being in the museum, we like to kind of celebrate, the history and respect what we came from.
How many crab cakes do you sell a week?
Oh man, I don't even know. There's just.
Is that the number one?
It's always crab. We know. Crab cake's number one. Right now we have soft shells. That's a close number two. But crab cakes will always be number one.
Wow, and we talk a lot about where people get crab meat from. Where do you try to get your crab meat from?
We source mainly off from J.M. Clayton still, and we've been working with them. I think that predates me, and
that means so much to me. We've talked about that a lot on the show, and my kind of disregard for restaurants that sell Maryland crab cakes and make them with Indonesian lump crab meat. It's just weird to me.
It's all blue crab, but the Maryland blue crab is special. There's the more fat. It tastes better. I know people think I'm crazy, but it really does. It really does.
I once did a story about do they have different taste, and I did sort of a blind taste test, and I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, which would have ruined the story. And fortunately, it's like a dramatic change.
It really is dramatic. And people say, "Oh, blue crab." No, not ours. Not ours.
The imported crab meat by itself, before it's doctored up, tastes like nothing. It sort of has, it tastes like water.
And I know exactly the journey of the crabs we get. I've seen the house. I've seen the picking house. I see the boats. I know it's coming to me. It's probably picked within 24 hours of me getting it.
So it's another reason to support Gertrude.
Yes.
Another reason to make reservation there any time of the year. I feel very strongly about sourcing and seafood, and particularly crab cakes. Makes no sense at all for you to be saying that you love a crab cake at a place that imports it. And we're talking about crab meat on Jaymore. So there you go. What else do we want to talk about? We were talking about openings and closings. Well, you don't have to get into names of places.
It's been nice seeing you and hanging out and catching up with you, actually.
Thanks, Doug.
No problem.
Let's say that I think we've done a good job. Yeah, let's move on.
We ended on crab meat. It's fine.
We ended on crab meat.
How all things should end, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get the This Week in Baltimore Eating newsletter just in time for some high holiday recipes. Go to jmoreliving.com/newsletters to sign up. Before I get into the closing credits, September 20th is the date.
Thursday, September 20th,
Dining Out for Life. The website, diningoutforlife.com/Baltimore. And hashtag all of your social media, hashtag DOFLBmore. Just start hashtagging today. You'll be helping the cause.
Dolphin Be More rolls off the tongue. So easy.
Dolphin.
Hashtag Dolphin Be More.
Next week, be sure to tune in on September 6th when Jaymore's own food blogger, Hupit Bartov Miller, joins me to talk about Rosh Hashanah food. Thank you so much, Doug, for being here today.
Oh, thank you.
Again, Dining Out for Life. Oh, tell us where you're going to be going. This Week in Baltimore Eating has been brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, now accepting catering orders for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Home is where the challah is. From savory beginnings to sweet endings, Eddie's has the flavors every guest remembers for a holiday that tastes homemade. Menus and ordering information at eddiesofrolandpark.com. Thanks, everybody, for listening in. See you next week. See you, Doug.
See you, Richard.
Bye.
Bye.